never know when the actual recording starts. So, 50,000 subscribers. I did make a prediction back in September that I would hit 50,000 by Halloween, and thus I'm announcing that Halloween has started. So the beginning of my failure has also started. I'm not at 49,000 yet, but I should be at some point today. But today is in the eye of the beholder, right? Today, right now in Australia, is Halloween. It's just the way it all works. It's also Halloween right now in Papua New Guinea. It's also just turned Halloween in Japan. At the very least, it is October 31st in all of those countries right now. I think everybody, now that I think about it, I wonder how many countries don't follow the Gregorian calendar. Probably not many, right? Doesn't make sense. Probably not much of a thing anymore. But the Halloween marathon begins with the announcement that Halloween begins. Will I make it to 50,000 subscribers while Halloween still exists in a country somewhere? I don't know. Probably not. Chances are I'm not going to hit that milestone on the exact day, but within a day or two after, it will be happening. And it's best not to let that ruin the fact that I'm going to be hitting 50,000 subscribers. And, pretty close. Pretty close. But Halloween has begun. Happy Halloween to Japan and Papua New Guinea and New Zealand and Australia. Happy Halloween to all of you. It is not Halloween yet in Singapore. It's another 10 minutes. And then it'll be Halloween in Singapore. I can't see what time it is. So I won't know when it officially goes. But I guess I could, yeah. It's 11:53 right now. AM here. So it's 11:53 p.m. in Singapore. We're going to ring in the Halloween for Singapore. In 7 minutes, I will wish Singapore a happy Halloween. Australia, it is already Halloween, at the very least, a part of Australia. I don't know, how many time zones does Australia have? Time zones are weird. Back in the day, there were no time zones. You rose. Where was I going with this? Nowhere, really. Although I found some alligator jerky that I had left in my backpack, as well as kangaroo jerky. So I'll be eating that. Got my iron back up. After I hit 50,000, I'm going to cut my hair. It's going to be great. I don't like this. This is not good. Not good for anybody. I guess more so this is really bad. How do I start a Q&A? Maybe if I say it, something will pop up on the screen again. Last live stream, they wanted me to do a Q&A on what everybody's favorite number is. I was like, I'm not doing that. That's not a thing. I mean, you're allowed to have a favorite number, but me asking you, I'd rather ask you what your favorite fish is, What's your favorite fish? How do I start a Q&A on what your favorite fish is? You might be able to guess what my favorite fish is. I haven't given it much thought, but I suppose every time the question has been presented to me, I land on the same two fishes. I know fishes isn't a word, but in this case, it makes more sense to say fishes. So I have two favorite fishes, and they're for very childish reasons. Because I was a child when they became my favorite. That is the reasoning behind my favorite fish. So, not yet. But when it happens, I will wish you a happy Halloween in Singapore. But for now, I want you to guess, all one of you, what my favorite fish is. What's my favorite fish? I don't care what your favorite fish is anymore. I want you to guess what my favorite fish is. This is how I got to 48,800. What am I at right now? 80? I'm not doing stunts by myself. If I get hurt, who's going to help me? I'm not doing real stunts. I can roll on the ground. I'm a wrestler. I'm a wrestler. What's your favorite fish? It's going to be my tagline. It's going to be like my Batman villain tagline. That's what Batman's missing. A fish bad guy. Don't tell me the Penguin is like that. It's not. He's a bird of the Penguin. What would be a good fish-themed Batman bad guy? The perfect Batman villains. That's a clue. That's a clue to all of you who are trying to guess what my favorite fish are. They would be perfect Batman villains. At the very least, the 1960s Batman show. With Egghead. I'm still waiting for them to bring Egghead into the movies. I've always been disappointed that they haven't. From a young age. This is not for childish reasons. Egghead was a bad guy in the Batman series. I watched the Batman series before I really watched too much Batman. I was hoping that the Egghead would at least make an appearance in the cartoon Batman the Animated Series. Is it? Oh, one more minute until Halloween in Singapore. For less than a minute. You lucky two people who are watching this. Oh, here we go. Happy Halloween to Singapore. May all your Halloween dreams come true. I suppose for the purposes of this live stream, I will tell you what my two favorite fish are, and you can tell me if they would make good Batman villains. It's in this order. It's the swordfish. Tell me that would be a perfect Batman villain. Dueling with your nose. And hammerhead shark. Also cool, but not quite as cool as having a sword on your face. Having your whole head be a hammer, you know, you'd have to kind of like do this. Which is fine. But like somebody would have to swing you, whereas the sword, you know, you're your own fencer, swordsman, fencist. Oh, we have the add a Q&A sticker. I guess it happens around the 10-minute mark. I could have asked, do you read the shampoo or something like that? My question's better. My question of what is your favorite fish is better than do you read the shampoo? You should read the shampoo. Maybe they were asking me because my hair is so greasy and terrible. I've let it go too wild. I'm not as wild as everybody thinks I am. You take that in different directions, though. Am I wilder than they think I am? I mean, I was, right? I got some stories, and they're not about swordfish and hammerhead sharks, which would make fantastic Batman villains. Hammerhead shark would be like the classic, whereas the the swordfish, swordsfishman, maybe that's his name. I feel like he would be more tactical, whereas Hammerhead would be more like Bane or Clayface. I can't think of any other brutes that are Batman villains. Clayface is a great one, too, though. They should bring Clayface into the cinematic universe. They got the technology now. We are going to do a Halloween marathon tomorrow / today / a little bit into the next day, because even though it may be 1 a.m. in the Eastern time zone, it will still be Halloween in Hawaii, which counts. It all counts. And speaking of count, watch as my subscriber count goes up to 50,000 subscribers, either on Halloween or shortly thereafter. It's not a big deal. Says the swords. I'm trying to think what the perfect Batman villain name for a swordfish themed bad guy would be. The Sword Fisherman. Nah, that'd be like you're fishing for swordfish, which is fine, just not for a Batman villain. Sword Fisherman. Sword Fishman. It's got to be a play on words somewhere in there. The Sword D-Man. There's no fish in that, though. The Swordy Fish. The Sword Fishman. I guess that's probably the best one, right? Sword Fishman. Hello, my name is Sword Fishman. I do imagine him having an accent. And being like, I guess he'd be rich, right? Hammerhead shark, bad guy, Batman villain would not be rich. He would just be like knocking over warehouses. Sword Fishman is probably behind the Louvre getting robbed. That's more of a sword fishman kind of thing. He's like a cat burglar. Whereas Hammerhead would be like breaking down the vault. Sword Fishman's gonna cut a hole in the glass with his face. He's gonna use his sword nose and do a big circle, and then like kind of poke it and put it on the ground. Probably have like an octopus themed girlfriend or something like that. Pufferfish sidekick. What is a bad guy's sidekick called? Second in command. Stooge. I'm coming up with a great backstory for Sword Fishman. Not so much for Hammerhead. Hammerhead's going to be like a one and done. Sword Fishman, he's going to get away at the end. Probably leave his octopus-themed girlfriend to take the heat. That sounds like Sword Fishman to me. Happy Halloween. It didn't have the teeth that a Sword Fishman has. All right. We're going to wrap this one up. Make it happen. Get people to tens of thousands of subscribers, and my single digit viewers. Swordfisher.